This video demonstrates how to write a written response paragraph, which is a structure for writing an expository paragraph in response to a question. This is often used for academic writing. For our models today, we're going to work with a sample question. What changes occur in nature as autumn begins? We will go through two methods of writing an expository paragraph. The first method looks like this. You begin with a topic sentence that rewords the question. Next, you make a point about the topic, perhaps something a little more specific or a little more focused than the topic sentence. Next, you give 3 sentences of examples to prove your point. And finally, you write a concluding sentence. Note that the number of sentences of examples you provide may vary depending on the topic. So let's take a look at how this method looks like in response to our sample question. Again, our question is, what changes occur in nature as autumn begins? Our topic sentence, many changes occur in nature as autumn begins. Then I give a little bit more focused point about my topic. These changes impact the weather, animals, and plant life. You can see that for emphasis, I've underlined the 3 topics I'm going to give examples of. First, I give an example about the weather. The changes begin with cooler temperatures. Then on to my animal example. As a result of the cool weather, many animals migrate to warmer locations or hibernate underground. Finally, I have my plant life example. Plants also respond to the cooler temperatures with leaves that change color and ultimately fall. And I wrap it up with a concluding sentence. In these ways, nature signals the onset of autumn. Sometimes you may wish to have a more developed paragraph in response to a question. In this case, you would use the second method. Again, you begin with a topic sentence that rewords the question. Following that, you make your first point about the topic. You're just making one isolated point, one more specific point, and give an example to prove it. Then you make another point about the topic and an example to prove it, followed by a third point about the topic, along with an example to prove it, and then a concluding sentence. The paragraph I just wrote would probably have better lent itself to this model of written response paragraph because I'm really making 3 different points about plant life, animal life, and the weather. So let's take a look at a written response paragraph using the. Again, my question, what changes occur in nature as autumn begins? Many changes occur in nature as autumn begins. This is first noticed in the weather, so here's my first point about the weather. Autumn brings much cooler temperatures. There's my example. Next, I move on to my second point. This cooler weather impacts animal life. As a result of the changing temperature, many animals migrate to warmer locations or hibernate underground. There's my example. Finally, my third point about plants and an example sentence. The plants also respond to the cooler weather. Leaves on trees change to a variety of colors and then fall to the ground. Finally, I wrap it up with a concluding sentence. With these changes, the coming of autumn is clear in the natural world.